12 p.m. And my name is Dio Dynamo, and of course, this is Info Flash. Yes, right here on Zanders FM. And of course, on Info Flash today, we'll be discussing about insecurity in the Southeast and the unspoken truth. This program will be on, uh, and then we'll be opening up the phone lines later on for you, our listeners, to be part of the program this morning. And you can reach us via our phone lines, also via messages this morning on 081 6063 6187. That's the number to call. And also, similarly, same number for messages, also 081 6063 6187. And of course, you can follow our discussion, of course, on live on our streaming platform. Yes, you can listen live on www.zandersfm.live, and you can listen from anywhere it is that you are in. I have a guest with us joining us on Info Flash this morning. He is Chukwuka Ofegu. He is Ijele Speaks and also an investigative blogger joining us on the program this afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Ijele. How are you doing today, sir?
Good afternoon, my brother. I'm fine.
Mhm.
Thanks for having me. It's my honor to be in your station this wonderful afternoon.
How is your weekend going?
Man, so far so good. I don't have any complaint.
Right.
Yeah.
Hope you did some exercise or did some extra. You know how the weekend is. You just get some time to yourself to.
My brother, the weekend something now. No weekend they complete it. Only you day.
Normal, normal.
If you no can get, say the weekend no they
I
show.
don't know which one.
My brother,
You
but
don't want computer.
this is a family friendly program, so I wouldn't want to have
Okay.
serious issues
Right.
with people.
Right. Right. Okay. This afternoon we'll be talking about insecurity in the Southeast, the unspoken truth, some of the details, and also some of the facts that a lot of people haven't heard as regards the insecurity that we've been experiencing in the Southeast for quite a while now, going into months, running into a year thereabout that we've been having unrest in different parts of the state. Maybe first of all, take us into some of the issues that it is that we are facing as we speak as regards insecurity. We know the Southeast to be a very peaceful town, a very peaceful region, of course, geopolitical zone in the country. But what is this current situation as regards security in the entirety of the Southeast?
Thank you, my brother, for that question. And I could have given you the normal talking points you always hear from people, but today there's a reason I titled it IPOB/ESN, a blessing or a curse to live. And I can tell you that IPOB, from every angle you look at it, if you are honest to yourself and with yourself, you will know that IPOB is a very terrible thing that happened to Igbo. There is no pandemic that will be used to be compared with what these people have done to the Igbo land over the past 10 years, fully a decade now, because Nnamdi Kanu registered his private business in 2012 first. And I call it private business for this reason. So many people, especially IPOB members, they will be shouting, our organization is a legitimate organization. We are registered in the UK and all that, but they will not tell you how they registered the organization. They registered the organization as a private business.
Yeah.
Yeah, they registered it as a private business. IPOB Worldwide Limited. You can check. I will give you the link to the registration document at the UK Company House. But that's not where I want to go today. What I want to focus on is this ESN that is causing this problem, because without ESN and their problems, you will not be having all these issues. Because see what happened. These people assembled crooks, criminals, kidnappers, all of them. Every criminal you know now is committing crime under the name of IPOB. And because IPOB built this big propaganda machine, which they are using to brainwash people, fool them. I don't, if you start going into the different lies they've been telling, or the brainwash programs they've been subjecting their people to, their members to, we won't live here today. But I will start with some of them. This guy lied to them that he will give them Biafra in 2020, that if he doesn't give them Biafra in 2020, that they should know that Elohim did not send him. These are his words, not mine. I can give you the videos. Even he did it in 2015, now repeated it in 2020, and we were holding him to account. Now I'm telling you why, what necessitated these all these killings and other abominations like beheadings, cannibalism, which is going on in Osu Itokwa right now, even as we are talking, still ongoing in Osu Itokwa. When this guy failed, and I told people, this guy, as he's failing, he knows these people would hold him to account, because we made sure from September 2020, we kept on reminding people that he said he would give them Biafra in 2020. Now, when he failed, what did he do? He went and assembled all these boys, told them to go to camp, gave them uniforms and everything. And even as at then, there weren't too many in number, because so many of them didn't believe that he was going to give them Biafra and all that. That was the reason when they launched their ESN, Nnamdi used a video he stole from southern Cameroon. All these people you call Ambazonia father, go and ask them. Check that first video they released, where those people, multitude of people, youths, were in a field sitting on a white sand with their faces covered. And if you watch that IPOB video, there was no volume, because if there was audio in that video, you would have heard those people's accents, and it will be very easy to spot that these are not Nigerians, let alone Igbos. Now, after that thing, he unleashed the violence everywhere, starting from Olu. And if you may know, Imo State is on their crosshair, has been ever since the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, took power. Now, the intrigues about Imo politics is what anyone can discuss about from now till tomorrow. But when you used that thing as a cover to commit evil in the land, especially when, I don't want to mention, like going through details, like mentioning names over something I'm not very sure of. Any time you see me mention me, I'm very sure of it. But something happened. At a time, the recovery of state properties was going on, was put in motion. All of a sudden, this thing started happening. So many places killing, including Olu. They turned Olu to a wasteland. Then, Olu was the ground zero before Osu Itokwa. Even the Osu Itokwa camp was there, because if you check where Osu Itokwa is situated, it's very close to Anambra State.
Yeah.
Now, those of their members in Ihiala, even in Newi South, those of them there, they don't have like big camps over there. Osu Itokwa is there, but before then, it was Olu. Now, what did these people do? They started the same thing they did during NSAS. I don't know if you heard Nnamdi Kanu during NSAS calling for the burning of police stations and killing of policemen. Did you hear that?
Right.
So they started repeating the same thing, stealing guns from people. While they are doing it, Nnamdi will be on air telling them that Biafra has come. Biafra has come. This is Biafra. Meanwhile, this is for something totally different from what he's telling their people. Now those things started happening until the government, the Imo State government, equipped the police, gave them new gadgets and everything. They believe me, in less than 3 weeks, the police dealt with them. We were seeing the photos and videos. Guess what? As those people were dying, as they were dying, Nnamdi and Co were on air denying that they were their members. They say, oh, they are killing innocent people. You can't kill ESN. Unknown government cannot be killed. They are just, can you imagine? And that led to so many families losing their loved ones. The time the Imo State government announced for people to come to the FMC here and identify the bodies of their people, so many of them didn't go, because they never expected that their own family members and friends would be there. Why? They were buying the lies, they were selling them. And every lie, everything carefully planned from A to Z. Now, after their ranks were depleted, what did they do? They broke the Owerri correctional facility. Now, all those criminals you saw that left, so many people were there because of kidnapping, armed robbery, bunkering, rape, car snatching, all these things. Now, check all those crimes. By what rate did they increase? Check before they broke the prison, and after they broke it. Check the rate of crime. It skyrocketed. Why? The people that were being held behind bars. So the reason we instituted the criminal system is to remove all these people from sane society. Because if you don't do that, you don't have a civilization.
Right.
Now, for them to do this, doesn't that show you that they are trying to destroy the civilization of NDIGBO? Because ever since those people came out, it has been one crisis after another. Now, when Nnamdi was captured, they instituted their sit at home. Now, this their sit at home nonsense. Who do you think is destroying? Nigeria or NDIGBO? It's NDIGBO. Businesses, everything. From the day Nnamdi Kanu started IPOB Worldwide Limited, you cannot show me a single thing he has achieved. Now, let's go. You ask some people, they will tell you, oh, Nnamdi opened our eyes. I'm like, are you really kidding me? Opened your eyes in what way? Like when he told you that the president died and was buried in Saudi Arabia. Afterwards, he was replaced with Jubilee Al-Sudan. I had serious issues with people just for not believing that nonsense. And we asked them evidence.
Of the president dying.
Yes.
Okay. Then I we apologize for that little break in transmission, but now we're back fully on the program. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, my brother. So
you were mentioning something about the president.
Jubilee Al-Sudan, that story. So when we push back, like you now, if you're trying to test the water and see how people will react, at least when this has gotten to a stage where people are at daggers drawn with each other, you slow down. Especially when you see the people you say you are saving, believing it with all their heart, believing everything you said. So many Igbo men and women died believing that President Muhammadu Buhari was buried in Saudi Arabia. And that thing alone, do you know the political damage this has done to me? There is anyone who is telling you that you can win any national election in Nigeria without the North is a bloody liar. The biggest voting base of the country, you decided to antagonize them. It didn't stop there. It went straight to even his own tribe, ethnic group, the Fulanis, and even the Hausas were drawn into it. It was one noise after another. That thing alone, I can tell you right now, ask real estate developers in Abuja. They should leave this thing now.
Now the inverter itself,
now the inverter. Now wow.
What did they happen to this inverter?
Sorry guys, we'll soon be back.
We sincerely apologize for that break in transmission, of course. due to power issues, but then we have all of that sorted and under control now. We have Ijele Speaks still with us in the studio this morning, an investigative blogger, of course, giving us some of the details into the insecurity in the Southeast, some of the facts and also questions that quite a number of people are still asking. The unspoken truths, of course. Go ahead, sir.
So, my brother, when he did that thing, like right now, so many real estate developers I know in Abuja don't even want to do any business with an Igbo man. I'm telling you for sure. I'm telling you that thing. Meanwhile, the person that is doing this nonsense, if he actually has the interest of Igbo at heart, has he considered that the number of Igbos in Kano State alone outnumber all other tribes living within Igbo land combined? I'm not saying Hausa Fulani.
All other tribes.
Every other tribe
in the southeastern region.
Now, can I prove it to you?
Go ahead.
Okay. If you go to Kano State, like areas like Sabongeri,
yes,
there is an area you can stay in Sabongeri, just like Amuwo Odofin or Festac in Lagos. As an Igbo man, you will not learn Yoruba there. You know why? Most people around there are speaking Igbo. And before you will learn Yoruba person who is interested in learning Igbo will learn Igbo very well. That's the same thing in some areas in Kano State. Kano, especially Kano City itself. You calculate all these things, and with all this noise this guy was making, if he actually had the interest of Ndi Igbo at heart, has he considered the businesses of those people? Has he considered the safety of their children? Let me go back a little. There was a time I had a serious issue with these people. When the Onitsha market fire happened at Ochanja, 2019. Do you know this guy was on air? That was around 11, between either 10:40 or 11:40 a.m. He was making video, shouting that the Fulanis have burnt Onitsha. They have done this. Meanwhile, a little investigation will show you that this tanker fell in front of Nitel, or just opposite Nitel, the other side of the road, and the petrol spilled into the gutter, and that gutter was channeled straight to River Niger. Now, when you get to Ochanja, that same gutter, you see people burning trash there, because Anambra State, probably it has been ordained that it must be dirty, and there wouldn't be any sanitation system in the city to keep it clean. Now, because they were burning that thing there, as they were burning those things there, because they know when it rains, whether it rains or not, soon water will just carry all those things away. Now, instead of water, petrol came. What happened? People died. Everywhere got burnt. If you actually love Ndi Igbo, shouldn't your number one action be to ask why there was no fire service
on ground?
Yeah, this is a market. They should have fire trucks there. And the people came out and said that the leadership of the market collected money to buy fire trucks, which they didn't buy. Again, if you love Ndi Igbo, you will be asking for the head of the person. For the head of the person, because those debts are on him. He didn't do it. He started shouting, the Fulanis have done this. They've done that. Now I went on air. Happily enough, the video went viral. I know it calmed some nerves in the north. Now, do you know if a stupid person somewhere, which was what Nnamdi expected, if a stupid person somewhere had gone to maybe a settlement warehouses and Fulanis and burnt them, do you know what will happen?
Sparked an outrage.
As at the time he sent this thing, if you go to Sabongeri, 10 a.m., 11 a.m., buses that are heading from those places, even Meduguri to the southeast, that's when they leave. That means all those motor parks and 99% of the passengers are Igbos, most of the time. Now, if you had killed them there, they would burn your people in those buses. This boy did not put it into consideration. Why? Because he never cared about Ndi Igbo. It's about his private business. Now, the ESN he has unleashed on the people. He said they are there to protect Ndi Igbo against the Fulani herdsmen. Have you seen a single Fulani killer herdsman they killed? All the Fulanis are killing all these ones that are just suffering. These ones that are selling sugar cane, all these shoemakers, those are the ones they are killing. Imagine if the Fulanis are not restraining themselves, because I personally believe they are not retaliating so they don't disturb the administration of their own brother. And I bet you these people don't forget. There is no guarantee that when the president leaves office, that they are not going to remember that thing and pay us back. Especially when it seems now that the next president will come from the south. Now it's no longer their brother's administration. So, hello.
Yes, go ahead.
So then it won't be their brother's administration any longer. Then they have nothing to lose. It will be all out war. Mind you, the way you have Nnamdi Kanu, a criminal using politics to fool his people, that's the way you have them in the north. Remember how Boko Haram was formed?
Yeah.
The use we are told that is to remove all these corrupt politicians and bring Islamic rule. Under Islamic rule, when you steal, you will die. And that. So when you have a majority of poor people within your population, it will be easy for them to buy this because they are looking for reprieve, breathing space. Anything that presents itself as salvation will be taken. Now, does it look like what Nnamdi did to our people? If you ask me, I will say it is. It does. Now, what's the guarantee that when the president leaves office, that these people will not try to fight back? Remembering what happened to their own people. So he brought this ESN right now. This ESN, go to Osu Utokwa now. If IPOB and ESN are there to better the lives of NDIGBO, why have people deserted Osu Utokwa? All these people you are seeing in those towns are just people who can't go anywhere, and most of them are just brainwashed into that thing. Ask them how many traditional marriages happened in Osu Utokwa this December. How many? I don't even know a single person that traveled there, including people from Osu Utokwa. Why would you destroy people's land over a lie? Where do you draw the line on this scam? And remember, this thing that's happening is not happening in Owerri. Why? His people know him as a fraudster. It's their family business. Ask them, when did they ban every IPOB program from Nnamdi Kanu's community? Is IPOB so good? Is Nnamdi Kanu so nice that his own people banned every IPOB activity in their place? If this guy, do you know how many land issues they have in their place? I'm telling you, I'm not making any false accusation. If they say I'm lying, please, the costs are there. They already want me off air, jailed, or even killed. At least I'm giving them the opportunity to do that. If I'm lying, that would be an opportunity for them to sue me. People that are rejoicing over an audio 1 billion, I wanted to them, at least they can claim 7 billion. Knowing very well that I can't pay it. At least that way I will get out of the way. Okay? So I'm telling you, they are criminals. Nnamdi does not live by what he preached. He doesn't live by it. Take, for instance, he told them to kill every policeman, kill every army. Then all the Igbos in the Nigerian army and police should come back home. His own sister, Nnenna Kanu, is still in the police. So these ones in Osu Utokwa, I'm asking you, is Nnenna Kanu out of bounds? If she tend to be, who made her that? And that is her brother. Why is it that you are telling people to kill the police when your own sister is still a policewoman right now under Enugu command? You see that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. The lives these people have destroyed, the youth they sent to their death, see what they do. They are using IPOB to give people asylum papers abroad. They will send them, one of these days, maybe I'll bring some of their members who used to lead all these their protests. They will want to protest. Nnamdi will be announcing it on air, knowing very well. Hello, are we still live? Are we still on air?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. They will set up a rally. Nnamdi will be announcing it on air. Then he will call some of the organizers and say, if anything happened there, just send us photos, send us videos. Sometimes they will send people with guns. If they feel that the police or the army is not reacting angrily or rashly, they'll start firing. I have people who have done this for them. Sometimes they set up snipers from afar and start shooting. As a military man on guard, seeing a group of protesters and then you see a bullet flying your way, what do you think will be your reaction? As someone who was trained to kill.
We're thinking to self-defense yourself.
Of course, you will kick into a self-defense mode. Now, as soon as they kill those people, you will be seeing the videos, the photos. They will be shouting, oh, they are killing us, they are killing us. They will use those photos and videos to go to all these countries where they register their private businesses to seek for asylum. Now, the asylum law, you can't repatriate someone to a war zone. With that, they would be giving people. Do you know how much they charge people to give them those documents? Ranging from £3,500 to £6,000 in the UK alone. Couple between 7 and 11,000, depending on how close you are to the person that to your own contact. And they will use it to give even non-Igbos. Igbos, I have no problem with giving anyone, but this is human blood. You are trading with human blood. Now you see why so many Igbos abroad will be shouting, oh, IPOB, IPOB, Biafra, Biafra. It's not as if they are waiting for anything. It's for their papers. And those papers are running on the blood of their own people. So how's that a blessing? Happily enough, a lot of them were robbed, mobbed this year. Some of them, the last December, some of them killed. Their cars snatched. Now, if they say they don't know the people committing all these crimes, and it's not ESN or IPOB, why is it that whenever someone's vehicle gets snatched, they will call Chinas and Owerri and be negotiating for the release of the vehicle? If they are not the one. In Ihiala, one of their members came back from Thailand with his own 2 children. They accosted him, dragged him down the vehicle, and I believe the reason they left him alive was because of the kids and the wife, the Thai wife he came back with. Their member, they stole his money, 2 million naira, then took his car away. Whether he got it back or not, I don't know. But I feel no sorry for him because these are the people sponsoring this thing. They will, because of the money they are getting, they will be making noise. And now, politicians, are we still on air?
Yes, go ahead.
Politicians who have no interest in bettering the lives of their people saw in him a willing tool they will be using to divert the people's attention. Ever since this guy kicks this into high gear, most Igbos don't even know that their local government chairmen are supposed to fix their roads. Most of them don't know that their state governors are not owed allocations. Most of them don't even know. Do you know there was a time they were spreading rumors? When I first started showing them the payments and how no one was owed then. Even till now, no one is being owed. Is there any state that is owed a dam in this country? Or any state for that matter? No. But they're not working. They started selling the lies to their members, knowing very well that anything that comes from the mouth of Nnamdi, his bingos will swallow it. Hook, line, and sinker. That when the money comes, from back, they will force them to return it back. They will sign that they collected the money. What?
That means you mean state allocation.
State allocations. That the governors are being forced to return them back to Abuja. I'm like, who believes this? Who believes this? Governors are semi-gods or demigods in Nigeria. Rather than force the governors to what we said that the money will be returned back to Abuja. How? Now you know why he can never attack his governor, his state governor, Kizi Ipazu. the person that shamelessly came on air to tell people that his achievement is bringing two fast food chains to his state. What? As if being shot wasn't big enough. He said the hospitals. If you have you seen a photo of government hospitals in other states, state-owned hospitals? Go and look at it. You wouldn't even let your dog give back there. But he braggingly said that women who give back there get 500 naira and a backpack. Not one voice was raised. If this guy was actually fighting for the interests of the people, shouldn't he be calling out to his state governor? Aba right now, go to area market. You see that water, basically a semi-river, the middle of the street. You must walk into it. Sometimes at waist level, depending on your height. All those women, like say Bazo and his family can afford quality healthcare. But all those people, women, their bodies are open, they will be walking into that water. Tomorrow, they will contract one infection, spread it to the husband or the boyfriend. Now, people will become ill from the actions of one man. And someone who says he is there to defend NDIGBO cannot even call out his governor for once. And I can tell you that Emmanuel Kanu, the reason he's not in jail yet is because of what's happening in Abia State, because all the crimes he committed there, especially when he attacks Doris Ogala and China Sambadenfo. With Doris's brother, the brother spent how many weeks in coma? Emmanuel attacked them with IPOB. That case was hushed. Till now, it's still hushed. Whether they settled, I don't know, because most of the people that had were involved, one person got an appointment in Abia State government. The other person got suddenly found some work, which I don't blame her. But let us know exactly what's happening here, what we are staring at. When you are saying Nnamdi Kanu is another savior, saving who? You or the politician?
All right. Because of time, let's take a look at how we can, because economic activities in the southeast are getting grounded because of insecurity in part of the state. As it is, many parts of the southeast are experiencing the weekly sit at home where they can't go to do their businesses. You have just a few exceptions in the state capitals where you see some activities going on very regularly. People are still scared, even though the state government has come out to reassure, give them assurances that go about your business. How can we get out of all of this? To make sure that life continues as normal. People can go back home and also have their two eyes closed to sleep. And economic activities that we know that you have most of that happening in the southeast. You have many traders, many business people, goods moving to other parts of the country. Having to move from this region of Nigeria.
See, I don't call them Ungo specialists for nothing. Everything these people are doing, everything, each and every one of them, when you boil it down to its essence, is against Igbo, anti-Igbo. You are talking about people being told to come out and they refuse. It's because they know that most of these people are working with the politicians. They see these kids move into these politicians' houses every now and then, even with their guns. During the elections, they work with them. During the last election, 2019, Ikonso, didn't we see Ikonso and Biggie with their rifles shooting in the air, shouting, "Who say men no day"? Who were they working for? You think the people are daft? They know that even when you come and get killed, nothing will happen to these people. Now, let me use Anambra State, for instance. Are you telling me that I will be sitting right here now and know about an active ESN camp? Right now, go to Nobi. There is an active ESN camp here. There's this big forest in Nobi. You have one there. You have another one at Agukun. There is this guy in Nnewi that calls himself a native doctor, Odozian. That's where they go. They say, "Oh, we are doing fortification." People do see these people moving out of those places. They know what's going on. The people are smarter. Listen, why people are keeping quiet is because our people love life. Even when they love living, even when that life is meaningless. Because I don't see myself living a life outside of freedom. I don't. If I am going to live for 40 years, let it be 40 years live in freedom as a free man. I don't need a savior because I am not enslaved. Now they've sold the people that our people that wrong notion. And the people backing him, the political figures backing him, are mostly on the other side of the political spectrum. Because they've lost out, they need to be making problems. They want the country to be ungovernable. They said, the Northerners, under Jonathan, they said they will make Nigeria ungovernable. Now you want to make Nigeria ungovernable. Why don't you do things that will affect the Nigerian government? You are there shutting down your state. People are coming here to buy things, not because those things are produced there. Our manufacturing has collapsed. No manufacturing base because of electricity. Now those things are being imported. Your city don't hold that economic power again because the importer can easily relocate, then take his imported goods to that place. And buyers will still come there. Right now, people are emptying into Asaba from Onitsha. Over what? Who caused it? The activities of the people that say they love you. These people are caused. They are caused. And I mean it in every sense of it. Let me give you this one. I'm an Igbo man. I'm what you call a traditionalist because I'm not a Christian, neither am I a Muslim. I'm a pure Igbo man. And we know our traditions. We know our customs. Then culture is what evolves every now and then. But we know our core tradition and in our place. If a tree with fruits on her withers, it's a sacrilege. Guess what? It happened in Nnamdi Kanu's house. Those of you that have gone to that house before, go there and check that mango tree. You won't see it anymore. In our place, we know what it means. So, those of you that are calling yourselves native doctors and traditionalists, are you telling me that someone in whose house a mango tree with fruits on her withered is the person that holds your future in his hand? Do you know what that means? It's a dead future. Just bidding time. You see why I tell you that? This IPOB is a curse. Nnamdi Kanu's family is a curse. You cannot find, okay, now take for instance, the person that is saying he wants to bring society. Ojuzo Okalu made your father Eze. Autonomous community, no be said ancient history. And the constitution of the community says that when the king dies, the next village, the next kindred will produce the next king. Now the Kanu's father died in 2019. Sorry, 2020. 2020. Till now, they don't have a new king. Why? These people are sitting on it. They are sitting on it. In fact, going to the death of his father and his mother too. Till date, many IPOB members are still so the lie that Nnamdi Kanu's father and mother died during Python that. When none of them was in that house. They just sent innocent people to go and die. Ask questions. Body stage Yofo, body stage Marco, sue me. I am talking about your client. If I am lying that Nnamdi Kanu's parents did not die during Python dance, rather they died years after, please, if it's a lie, take me to court. Till date, I can show you a video where Master Prophet, Biafra Master Prophet, they call him Master Prophet. I call him Master Prophet. He's a criminal. He's from Nigeria here. Telling people he's selling a love potion, 250 euros. Fraudster that I have his victims. The victims have been contacting me. Sometimes, you know, when you get too comfortable doing evil, you tend to be loose. You don't know when you just make some comment that will kill you. This guy last year made a video and placed Nnamdi Kanu's mother in Germany, August 10th, 2018. That day, someone was talking about how Uchemefo, when Nnamdi Kanu's mother came to Germany, she cooked for Uchemefo and Nene. Master Prophet said, oh, I remember the date. He named the date. still have the video. I still have the video. We can go to his okay, let them show us the woman's death certificate. Show us the death certificate. Till now, they are still using it to get just a cheap sympathy. How evil do you need to be that you use the death of your parents to fool the people just to gather sympathy? Oh, he has lost his family to this one. Now the Kanu has not lost anyone to this scam. His mother died. They brought her body back. People started calling his father, threatening him. They even contacted me that they want to go and burn him in that house. These are people who survived that fight on us. And when they realized that Nnamdi left Afari Ukwu 2 days before the operation, 2 good days before the operation, he wasn't there. When that, yes, those people said they would go and kill his father. I don't know who gave them the mass number. They started calling him a big heart attack. Did him in, or it's our land that did him in. Considering what happened to the mango tree in his compound afterwards. What does that tell you? These people are a curse, lying to the people.
Okay. Yes, just like I mentioned earlier, we have drawn so many facts and figures and even dates, and also just like you rightfully said, or just like you mentioned, that evidences are sought.
Let them sue me. Just put it this way.
Yeah.
Let them sue me if I'm lying.
Yeah, we're looking at the people are much more concerned about where the Southeast is moving into. We're entering into electioneering year, which is 2023.
Yeah.
Where most of the southeastern, southern, and southwestern states are saying major political parties ought to, cede their flag bearers, to the southern part of the country,
to the south.
right, to the south, and also people who do business also have been, in one way or the other affected, right? So how do we begin to go back?
Let me go to that police, to that rotation
right.
issue. Remember, Abacha Constitution, people shout Abacha Constitution, without knowing actually what was in that Constitution. Go read it. It said a single term of 5 years. A single 5-year tenure.
Yeah.
Now, must enshrined in the Constitution, if the president is from the south, the vice will be from the north. And it must rotate after 5 years, no matter the party in power. That is constitutionally, you cannot jump a region. Do you know what that means? 30 years, every region must have produced a president and a vice. Guess the people that led the noise against the Constitution. It's the people that are making noise, that they've been cut out of things. I'm all for a southern president, especially, the type of society we have. We can't be saying, oh, let the best man do this. Yes, it's normal. But an ideal setting and the real world are two different things. So, of course, I want a southern president. But I can tell you, no major political party will give their ticket to an Igbo man. You know why?
Tell me.
He will lose the election in the north by 11 a.m. that day.
I mean, there's definitely going to be alliances. Also.
Which alliances are these people you've insulted? How are your own people going to go meet their people and say, these people that have been insulting you, calling you names, this and that, go and vote for them? Majority of them vote, and we don't vote. We don't have anything that will counter it. Nobody will take that risk, because if you meet people and persuade them to go and talk to their people, you still have the scam artists there that will bring everything Nnamdi Kanu said and play to them. Have you seen how we shot ourselves in the foot? Okay, the other time I made mention of something yesterday on air. They said, oh, NDIGBO, and we are a position, and these are the top 3 positions in Nigeria, top 5 positions, no Igbo man. In 2015, APC held up the Senate presidency, open, just said they are fighting for their people, ganged up, and make sure you lost the election. Now you are turning back to tell me you are not getting this. You think I'm demented? You think I am demented? That I can't remember what happened just 2015? Which we want them about? Like I said, everything these people are okay. They say, hey, don't you know that the South they use the militancy to get this thing? I'm like, well, the militancy was affecting the oil production in Nigeria. What are you stopping? He said, hey, they will give us Biafra. Who will give you? And that is what no one will explain. Next thing Nandi will tell them is from Elohim. That Elohim, remember, I quote, 21st of July. Guys, I think that was this. Please back me up on this. 21st of July. If I don't give you Biafra by the end of 2020, know that Elohim did not send me. This is February 2022. Eloha, we did not see. Elo them, who sang? Elo here, for where? Elo there, for nothing. Now the other time he told them, oh, 150 days of prayer. Is this how someone who wants to educate his people politically behaves? Is this what you should be telling them? Because he is a fraudster with the people that he is using. Do you know this is a big pyramid? A pyramid within Nnamdi Kanu at the top. Then the politicians, his political benefactors, they eye above the pyramid. Then beneath Nnamdi Kanu, you will see someone like Benjamin Imadu. From day one, he has always been the de facto deputy to Nnamdi Kanu. Benjamin Imadu is that guy that when you check his court photos, especially the first time he was arrested, the guy that wears this talent and the keeper, the huge one, he's not very tall, average height, but because he's what do you call it? He's a bit fat. Okay. Then you will see him, it seems as if he's short. The Prado SUV, Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State gave to Nnamdi Kanu 2. Emmanuel Kanu is driving one. Benjamin Imadu is driving one. Meanwhile, this is the person that said he is not going to work with politicians. Any day you see him work with politicians, that his people should stone him. 2017, he took that gift. No one has done anything till date. When the vehicle was brought, he rejected it in the presence of his people. Then they went and packed it in the house of his uncle. As soon as the bingos left, they brought the vehicles back. Till date, go and check who bought the Prado Jeep Benjamin Imadu is driving. What business is Emmanuel Kanu doing? And their people don't even know this. I'm calling on all of you in these bushes. Get up, wisen up. These guys are feeding off of your blood.
Okay, Jerry, I'll put you right there. So we can open up the phone lines. For those who might want to, be part of the program, if you want to call in, you can call us on the number 08160636187. If you have questions you want to ask, you have contributions you want to make, you even have counter to the claims that he has made on the program this afternoon. Of course, you can call in, ask your questions, 08160636187. That's the number to call. And same number also for messages, 08160636187. When you do call, do also turn down the volume on your radio so we can communicate with you properly, hear you, and also you hear us, and those listening also get to hear us properly this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir. Yes, what is your name? Go ahead. All right. Ikechuku from Ebu. All right, go ahead, Ikechuku. Can you hello? Can you turn down your radio a little bit, please? Or turn it off completely. Should be better. All right, so go ahead now.
Is it that something that is fighting now? And you use it for fund or what?
Okay. So is that your question? That's
let me answer him. Let me answer him now. Okay. If I get the question well, because he said this fight of Nnamdi Kanu, is it for him alone or his family? It's a family business. Should I prove it to you?
Right.
The spokesman of IPOB that always issue statements, Emma Powerful, he's the same thing as Emmanuel Khan. If you think I'm lying, log on to Facebook now, open BBC News Igbo, type in Emma Powerful, watch the interview he granted as Emma Powerful over there. Then type in Emmanuel Khan, watch the interview he granted as Emmanuel Khan. Now compare the voice, same person. The head of finance, Nnenayanya, rename Ogoli Ochuowa, Nnamdi Kanu's cousin. All their money, in fact, Nnamdi Kanu made the statement that if any IPOB fundraising is being organized and Nnenayanya is not at the top of it, then he wouldn't trust it. Nnenayanya, he is the person in charge of the money. When he was arrested, do you know how they are addressing his brother, Kanunta? Another thing. They are addressing him as next of kin. That means this IPOB is family business. Next of kin means what? When you go, a relative and person you bless with. So if it's a movement, why would they be referring to him as next of kin?
Maybe to carry on the fight after.
Carry on with fight. Somebody that has never even come out openly to participate in these things, but whenever the money comes, he gets paid.
Okay, let's take.
Wait, I'm coming. Let me just finish this one very well. You check their leader currently in the United Kingdom. Oliti Starter. That starter is the last name of the British. I should please. I'm sorry for calling him guy. He's an old man. It's an insult. We have respect in our place. The British man. She calls the husband. Now the British man is the deputy national coordinator in the UK. Oluchi Starter, Nnamdi Kanu's cousin, the leader. Are you understanding how this is going? Does it sound like a political movement or a private business? That's the question we should ask ourselves.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right, let's take some more. 08160636187. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir. Welcome. Your name and location, please.
This is Edwin calling from ESN. Good afternoon, our guest.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
Please, I want you to give more clarification on the area of the issue that some of the security men also do. Because I overheard you yesterday when you said some certain things about where the police do, like when you kind of said unknown gunmen attack this area, they do that or they do that. Police will just arrest innocent people like the one that happened in Oji. They arrest some people, ask them unknown gunmen, this and that. Even at times they will place some guns and rifles before those people that do the wrong. At the end, they found out that one of the people that they got and they said these are the guns they were holding, all of them came from Pennsylvania. So sometimes the security men to me, I would say they're even behind all this.
Okay, my brother, let me address it. We don't have time. Let me address that one. We're already out of time. Listen, my brother, that person you're talking about, his community is not far from mine. You know, I hope you know I'm from Umutu Amando, and the guy is from Ogwa. I know how that thing happened. I knew when it happened. I'm not going to say that now let us be blunt. When such an operation is happening, see why I don't want any nonsense to happen in my region. You will give opportunity for exploitation.
Right.
The Nigerian police, you have the good ones, you have the bad ones. Now, when they arrest people, all these criminals, some bystanders, and all these morons that are there applauding them, they may want to pick them up money. You will bail yourself with money. But I will tell you, my brother, categorically, that majority of the people arrested are combatants. Then, in cases where you see they arrest innocent people, please, my brother, I would like you to furnish me with that information, and I will go on air. Not even going on air. I will contact someone at the force headquarters, and it will be addressed immediately. Like the time it happened in Olo, like I said it yesterday, we did our job. I condemn criminality. No matter who is doing it, I condemn it totally. And those people are giving a bad name to the good works of the men and women who put their lives on the line to put a stop to this. When you are exploiting people, how would they now trust you to help you eradicate criminality?
Okay, all right. Let's take some more reactions. 08160636187. That's the number to call. Same number for messages. Hello, good morning. Or good afternoon, rather. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Your name and location.
My name is
From Imsu. All right, go ahead quickly.
Okay. Let me answer, man. Have you have problem with Nandekano? Nandekano is our schedule. We don't have to be working for politicians. We don't like that.
Okay, let me. He said, if I have any problem with Nandekano, and then Nandekano is their savior,
and probably
I'm probably working with politicians. Now let's address them one after the other. Personally, I have a personal problem with him. I will tell you what that personal problem is. Nnamdi will be copying my works and be using it to fool his people. Now I will tell them this guy is lying to you, and he copied this from so place. And they were telling me, hey, do you think we defeat our leader? And I told them, in quote, whenever I catch Nnamdi Kanu on a debate stage, I will beat him like a drum. Then they started their attacks. I disregarded them. One day I was just making my program talking about geopolitics. I specialize mostly on geopolitics, international politics. I wasn't even paying attention to all these things. Then one day I was just doing a program on Facebook. Someone came and said, oh, our leader is calling for the challenge. You say we beat him like a drum. I said, well, what's the issue now? They said, he said you should bring your Skype ID. Anyone, bring your Skype ID, bring your name and all these things. The debate is set up for so date. I said, no problem. Okay, you people take my number, take my Skype ID, take my name, give it to him. You enter on my behalf. When you go to that post, till now, okay, that page has been unpublished right now. You go there, over 200 entries on my behalf by his members because they thought he's a wise man. After that day, someone called me, a friend of mine who was using my work, even Nnamdi Kanu, the ones he doesn't understand very well. He will still call me and say, please, can you explain these things to me? I will explain. The evening we heard from Nnamdi Kanu. He called me and said, please, Chukwuka, withdraw from this. I said, no, he will be the one to withdraw. Guess what? At the end of the day, he answered Anthony blinking. He blinked. He ran away. I came and said, I told you he will run away. He disappeared for 15 days. Then he will be on there and say he's on Skype call. He's not on any Skype call. I will be calling him, he wouldn't answer. Next thing, they went and contracted a prostitute in Italy to come and lie that I trafficked her with the sister from Nigeria to Libya, from Libya to Europe. It was everywhere. I even shared the video on my page. It has nearly 100,000, 198 or 99,000 on my main page. You will see it there. Go there, check 23rd or 22nd of June, 2020. Go to that my page, you see it. I was like, oh, so this is what you people have been doing to others that's making them shy away from you people. Guess what? I'm going to have your time. Now I started digging into those things. Now that personal issue is apart. Is there anything I've said about Nnamdi Kanu from the one that is a lie? Please, you people have lawyers. You have money to contract lawyers. If I have lied against him, go and take it to the court. It's totally different from what this guy is doing. The personal aspect of it is one side, and that personal issue it transcends from him to his entire family. I'm not hiding my disdain for them. If I hate you, when you look at me, I display it, I make you understand. So you stay in your lane, I will stay in my own lane. Now, which other one did he say?
If any politician
Where the Rolls Royce? If you see people where politicians they backroll, you don't go know. Politicians are backrolling me to inform the people that they are not being owned by Abuja. Politicians are backrolling me to tell my people to forget Buhari and hold the elected officials responsible for their woes. Politicians are backrolling me, and I'm not shouting Jubri al Sudan. Rather, I'm telling you to hold your governor. Does it make sense? He is the one politicians are backrolling. Just like they collected money in 2019. Campaign for who they campaign. They even killed their so-called, their first spiritual leader, who came out openly and said, these people have collected money, the election boycott will be cancelled. They didn't believe it. They slit the man's throat, killed him, and said it was Fulani herdsmen. Prophet Nwoko, Anthony Nwoko, in Enugu State. That case died today. They even know the bingo that did that. Police did not act until the guy left Enugu. So how is he your savior? I don't think you know what salvation is, my brother.
All right. Ijele speaks. Our time this afternoon has been well spent.
1 hour don't reach.
1 hour don't reach. So you don't even pass.
You don't pass, I see.
But we must thank you very much for coming on air to talk about the insecurity in the Southeast, of course, the unspoken truth, and also you spoke about the IPOB and ESN, if they are a blessing or a curse to Southeasterners, and of course we looked at some of the solutions that we can have in that regard also. It's been an interesting time, and also taking reactions from callers and also listeners this afternoon. But I'd love to take your final words, maybe in the next 30 seconds here about that you want to leave the people with before we take a break.
Okay, my people, especially, can I use Igbo to speak? Because ndị nke anọ n'ime ọhịa nọ nso ihute ụkwa, ma ndị nke nọ n'ihi ala, ma ndị nke nọ n'agụ ukwu nri, ma ndị nke nọ n'ọhịa nnobi, ana m ajụ unu, ihe unu na-eme dị, kee ka ahụ gị dị, kee ka ahụ ndị isi gị dị. Ịfụrụ na eri mgbe ibido mewe ESN nonsense gị anụ formidable ndị ara gị na ị na-ata ahụ, ezinụlọ gị na-ebeso akwa, ndị nke enu ahụ dịcha ha ncha niile. Onye chịburu Imo steeti mgbe mbụ pụtara kwuo na mgbe mkpọtụ IPOB meburu mgbe mbụ na o nyere 500 million. 500 million enyere, iketere 1 naira. Ifụrụ fadin onye nyere gị nwanne, uche unu dịkwu ya, uche unu dịkwu ya. Emmanuel Kanu ili didi ihe anụ ọ na-asụ ya nsọ. Benjamin mmadụ bụ ugwu isodo unu ji operation ọ ga-anwụ. Ikechukwu Ugwuọha akwa ọ dịghị mma ịpụta, ọ ịtụrụ unu aka ndị unu ga-egbu. Bright Chimezie ọ nọrọ je ha ngịcha na-evidio egwu unu osendere nna ịpụta ihu ebe na akwa ọ dị ekwe. Oke fọdụn nkọ ụmụnne chinienu ọkpa unu, mmadụ na-agwa unu na o nwere ihe a ga-eme unu maka mpụ unu rugoro before. Forget dị ya bịakwute nu mụa ga-eme kishon unu nwetara real amnesty. Adawa na onwe ha na-epush for amnesty oke were eme ego. Anyị nwa na onwe anyị na-ekwu nke a ga-akpụ unu, enye unu n'aka chọrọ inu ihe unu ga na-eme, nye unu condition. Ọ ya bụ sọsọ ihe ga-azọ gị ịjụkwa ịnọrọ die ụbọchị okwu sere gị na ogbukwa ego egwu oge otu esi egwu obebi wee na-agwazi unu na bebi webube agụ, bebi ebe ebube agụ ọ dị n'Imo steeti na afụrụ bebi na helikọpta. Ka ị ga-esi fụ mmadụ n'ime helikọpta nọ n'elu na-agba gị ego, e were isi mmadụ efotoshop ọ n'ihe si unu je wee kịta ka bugbo taa bugbo. Ọ bụrụ na ịchọ ịma ihe mara ihe, ịchọ ọkwa na ịma ndị ọzọ ji ọbara gị gwuo egwu. Daalụkwa na ụmụnne.
All right, thank you very much. Ijele Speaks, of course, Chukwuka, an investigative blogger for gracing us this afternoon on our radio station. And of course, we say you have an amazing weekend also. Thank you. My name is Dayo Dynamo, and of course, more music still coming your way right here on 105.7 Zanders 105.7 music station. And do well to stick around, of course.